Hi there, Rich Sermonello here, professional photographer, Amazon influencer, and today I'm going to talk to you about a photography stand. I don't know how to pronounce that. XXZU. I'm not even going to try. So anyway, that's the box that the stand comes in. I've got the stand in my hand, so when you take it out of the box, you'll notice it comes in a little carry bag, which is kind of nice. And then it has a bracket topper. I'm going to put that in my pocket for a second. We'll talk about that in a minute. And I'm going to show you the stand. All right. So it's nice and compact. That's good. It's got a nice thickness to the tube. Feels substantial. The feet are rubber, and they've got this hexagon shape, which is interesting. And then the way it folds back, so it kind of inverts the legs. Now this squeak, it chirps like a bird. There are 3 positions for the legs. So there's like the wide position, the middle position, and the tall position. All right. And then this orange, the squeak is no joke. This orange thing here is a button. So they're all in the tall position. You want to release it, you got to bend it down a little bit, push the button, and then you can go to position number 2 or position number 1, and it will squeak the entire time. Or if you want to collapse it all the way up to put it away. Okay. Now, besides the position, I'm going to put it back in position 2. You can also extend the legs a little bit longer. So I find that the stand itself is okay. Let me put it back here. This is the tall position. It's fairly sturdy. I mean, it is sturdy. It is sliding a little bit. When I put some pressure down on it, the legs are spreading apart a little bit. So I don't know that I put too much weight on it. I believe it's rated for 11 pounds. Check the manual on that, but I did look it up, and I think it was 11 pounds. Anyway, so that's the tall position. And then you've got 3 extensions up here. They're not super long, but they do go over my head. All right. And I'm not sure exactly how tall that is, because when I set it up before, I did not have the legs in the tall position. But yeah, that's over my head. I'm going to guess that about 7 feet. I'm going to guess, probably says so in the manual. And if I drop this down 1 position so that the legs are a little wider, the stance is a little wider. I'm telling you, the squeak is no joke. Oh yeah. All right, now we've got a wider stance, and it's a little overhead. I'm about 5'8", so maybe that's about 6 feet. Okay. All right. So there's that. I don't know why you would want to have it so wide like this, but I guess you could. And you can even make it wider and closer to the floor. But that squeak, man, you're not hiding with this thing, that's for sure. Do not bring this on a spy mission. You will be found. I do not recommend this for PIs. All right, and that basically puts you almost completely on the floor with the legs spread out. If I had it that low, I probably wouldn't extend them. So to be honest, I'm not really sure why it has 3 positions. I mean, why not, right? I guess that's pretty stable. It is a little bit flexible though, so no matter which height you have it set at, it is a little bit flexible. Now the extensions themselves, when you list them up from the center column, there's a ridge in here. You can see that in the light reflected, right? There's a ridge there. So you cannot turn this, okay? It just comes straight up. So some other light stands, you know, when you loosen the bracket, you can usually just turn it and rotate it. This cannot, just go straight up and down, and that's it. But this is a standard, you know, spigot. You can put a strobe on here, anything that'll grab onto that. Most of the studio stuff will. And it comes with this interesting bracket mechanism thing. Okay, so this will screw onto the 1/4 inch screw at the top. All right, you can screw it on this way, or you can screw it on this way, which is interesting. All right, let me put it this way because I haven't done this yet. All right, so now that we've got that on there, this part has a couple of functions. So it can be a phone bracket, I'm already regretting putting it sideways. Okay, so you can fold these little arms out, and then it's a spring clamp that you can put a cell phone in there, an iPhone or whatever, and then there's just one thing to tighten and hold it into place. It holds pretty snug. The bracket itself is all plastic, and even the center part might be metal, but all the black parts are plastic. All right, let me put it on vertically. So I think we have a little bit more flexibility that way. So while I'm putting this on, the phone bracket part also can go a different way. So let me bring this down and bring it closer to the camera for you. Okay, so here's the phone bracket. I'm going to loosen the ball head. It's a ball head. All right, you can put your phone in here, like I said. You can do it this way if you want to do it vertical, or you can mount the whole top bracket horizontally. Horizontal, vertical. Okay, right. But you can also unscrew this. And you can screw it in. A lot of threads here. Oh, yeah. You could screw it in from the back. All right, and then of course you'd probably want to put your phone like this. But now remember, you can't turn the center column, so you have to turn the whole stand. I picked it up to rotate it because I have to rotate the legs and everything. Okay, so now it face forward. You can put the spring in there. You can put your phone in there vertically. It's a ball, so you can put it horizontally too. That's pretty secure. There's a little cold shoe here, so you can put something on there. That's neat. So this has got a lot of functionality. It's pretty cool. One thing that I thought was interesting, though, is if you take the phone bracket off again and long thread, fold in the arms and flip it the other way, screw it on. Now you'll see why the thread is so long. The thread actually passes through when you go from this direction, but not from the other direction. And now you can screw your camera onto here and use this almost like a quick release plate, except there's no release. You actually have to screw your camera onto the stand. But there's like a little platform for putting a camera. Now, you can see as I push it down, there's a little flexibility here. I still shoot with DSLRs. I usually have big glass prime lenses, L lenses. I use Canons. And I don't think that I would put my camera on here. I definitely wouldn't use it as a tripod. I might put an action camera on here, like a GoPro or something, screwed on. For a phone, it's perfectly fine. And then last night when I was doing some photography in here, I actually put a like a 9-inch LED light panel that was fairly thin. I screwed that onto the top of here, and I think that was a good stand for this, for that kind of use. And I use a stand to hold my phone to record videos, and also an iPad. I have an iPad and a phone here. And this would be probably a good tool, a good stand for, you know, putting a phone on top and then maybe attaching another bracket to hold an iPad or some other accessories. So again, I don't know that I would use it for a camera, probably wouldn't. But for a light stand or for a phone stand or something, I think this is pretty cool. This is interesting. They put a lot of thought into the design, but I don't think I would put a camera on here unless I had a really small camera. And this kind of fits in the bag, but in a weird way. I'm going to put it back in my pocket while I collapse the stand. So the center column collapses pretty quietly for the most part. But then when you release these legs, they squeak. All right, so I might have to hit these with a little WD-40. Oh, that one didn't squeak. That one did. Okay, so if you're looking for a stand like this, I think for a few accessories, lightweight accessories, phones, light cameras, something like that, I think will be fine. I wouldn't use it for DSLR or heavy-duty lights with a soft box or anything like that. I personally wouldn't do it, even though it is rated for the weight. All right? Hope this helps.
Today I'm reviewing this light stand. It's a dual purpose light stand. It could be used as a tripod, and right now it's set up with a ball head on the top. So I could put a cell phone here. It could be extended to 3.9 inches. Even a cell phone with a cell phone case could fit into this quite nicely. The ball head has a 1/4 inch mount onto the 1/4 inch spigot of the light stand. So this is the spigot here. And this light stand has 3 sections of extension, and the legs also has 2 section extensions. So this ball head is a little light duty. I cannot really use my large full frame camera onto this ball head. Plus it's a little difficult when you put it on here to shoot in a portrait mode, which require the ball head to be tilted this way, and my full frame camera with the battery pack is over 4 pounds, so it's kind of a little bit overweight for this payload to handle. So let's look at this as a light stand. So this studio flash modeling light is 8.5 pounds, and it will fit onto the spigot by tightening the 1/4 inch connection here. Now, since this is offset quite a bit from the center of the stamp, so there is a lot of flex here, plus one of the legs start to lift a little bit if I touch the flashlight, so not very sturdy. So I would not continue extending it, because right now this is almost at the limit of what this light stand could hold. I can tilt this at an angle at 45 degrees to rebalance it. It's slightly better, but it's still flexing, and there's still a little lift on that outside leg there. So this is not very ideal for a professional studio operation.
A little bit. So that's the only thing that I think you should be careful about. But the quality of the materials itself, you know, is great. Especially this head right here. I like this. It's got a lot of mounting options. So that's it for the light stand, tripod, camera, or phone tripod stand.
This is the stand rolled up, all folded down. See by the size, quite compact. And this is the remote control for starting and ending video takes or taking a photograph. And it connects by Bluetooth and very handily. Snaps onto the leg, but easy to carry, and so you don't lose it. Great idea. It's also rechargeable. That saves you messing around with batteries, which I have found with other models. I have a similar stand. Doesn't go as tall as this and not as robust, but it takes a watch battery, which is a pain when you find out that it's run out of power just as you want to use it. And this is the attachment for gripping your phone. Attaches here to the top, screw-in joint. This whole thing is very easy to put together. So a minute, 2 minutes, you're up and ready to go and take your video or your photos.
Start and stop video, and overall it's just a pretty nice little tripod.
This is the XXZU light stand, and it has surpassed my expectations, mainly because of the telescopic legs. So the legs can be extended to twice their length, giving it a very wide and stable base. So even when mounted with a heavy light head, I mean this is probably about 2.5 kilos, there's no fear of this thing toppling over. Now with a heavy light head, there is a little bit of a sway like that, but it's rigid enough. So, I mean, I'm not going to stand this, jiggling this thing about like this all day, but it can handle a moderate wind. In addition, it comes with this phone holder, and that itself has some weight to it, so the plastic is of decent quality and some steel parts in there. So, definitely a great quality item, and I'm going to bring this along on all my future shoots.
I've been looking for the perfect tripod, and I finally found it. Lightweight, stable, and super easy to use. Works for phones, cameras, and even softboxes. With adjustable height up to 210 centimeters. It's perfect for capturing any angle. Secure mounts, quick setup, everything I need. My content has never looked better. Highly recommend.
el próximo autor va al compromiso.